The critical thinking process. You should be aware that none of us think critically all the time. Sometimes we think in almost any way but critically, for example when our self-control is affected by anger, grief or joy, or when we are feeling just plain bloody-minded. On the other hand, the good news is that, since our critical thinking ability varies according to our current mindset, most of the time we can learn to improve our critical thinking ability by developing certain routine activities and applying them to all problems that present themselves. Once you understand the theory of critical thinking, improving your critical thinking skills takes persistence and practice. Try this simple exercise to help you to start thinking critically. Think of something that someone has recently told you. Then ask yourself the following questions. Who said it? Someone you know? Someone in a position of authority or power? Does it matter who told you this? What did they say? Did they give facts or opinions? Did they provide all the facts? Did they leave anything out? Where did they say it? Was it in public or in private? Did other people have a chance to respond and provide an alternative account? When did they say it? Was it before, during or after an important event? Is timing important? Why did they say it? Did they explain the reasoning behind their opinion? Were they trying to make someone look good or bad? How did they say it? Were they happy or sad, angry or indifferent? Did they write it or say it? Could you understand what was said? What are you aiming to achieve? One of the most important aspects of critical thinking is to decide what you are aiming to achieve and then make a decision based on a range of possibilities. Once you have clarified that aim for yourself, you should use it as the starting point in all future situations requiring thought and, possibly, further decision-making. Where needed, make your workmates, family or those around you aware of your intention to pursue this goal. You must then discipline yourself to keep on track until changing circumstances mean you have to revisit the start of the decision-making process. However, there are things that get in the way of simple decision-making. We all carry with us a range of likes and dislikes, learned behaviors and personal preferences developed throughout our lives. They are the hallmarks of being human. A major contribution to ensuring we think critically is to be aware of these personal characteristics, preferences and biases and make allowance for them when considering possible next steps, whether they are at the pre-action consideration stage or as part of a rethink caused by unexpected or unforeseen impediments to continued progress. The more clearly we are aware of ourselves, our strengths and weaknesses, the more likely our critical thinking will be productive. The benefit of foresight. Perhaps the most important element of thinking critically is foresight. Almost all decisions we make and implement don't prove disastrous if we find reasons to abandon them. However, our decision-making will be infinitely better and more likely to lead to success if, when we reach a tentative conclusion, we pause and consider the impact on the people and activities around us. The elements needing consideration are generally numerous and varied. In many cases, consideration of one element from a different perspective will reveal potential dangers in pursuing our decision. For instance, moving a business activity to a new location may improve potential output considerably, but it may also lead to the loss of skilled workers if the distance moved is too great. Which of these is the more important consideration? Is there some way of lessening the conflict? These are the sort of problems that may arise from incomplete critical thinking. A demonstration perhaps of the critical importance of good critical thinking. Stay tuned. Happy learning.